Welcome everyone to the December meeting, Shire of Wyndham East Kimberley. Start at the declaration. Members of the public are advised that recommendations to council contained within this agenda and decisions arising from the council meeting can be subject to alteration. Applicants and other interested parties should refrain from taking any action until such time as written advice is received confirming council's decision with respect to any particular issue. Members of the public to please note that this meeting is being broadcast live and a video record will be made of these proceedings and published on the Shire's website. Declare the meeting open at 5:03 or 17:03. Record of attendance in the room this evening, I think a rare thing, but we have 9 councillors. Everyone is present. We have myself, Councillor Chafer, Councillor Bond, Councillor Kane, Councillor Deere, Councillor Gordon, Councillor Martin, Councillor Robinson, Councillor Timms. Also in attendance we have CEO Van Lawrence and Director Nick Allen and Robin Smith as Acting Director Corporate Services. My glasses, good. Thank you and welcome, Robin. We have 2 apologies received from Director Paul Webb and Director Alex Bell, and no leave of absence request has been approved for this meeting. Items 3, declarations of interest. I have nil at the moment, but I'm sure councillors will inform me if something becomes apparent through the meeting. At 4, response to previous public questions taken on notice. We have nil. Public question time. We have nil prior to the meeting and no one in the gallery, so I'll take it as nil. 6, applications for leave of absence. We have nil. Petitions at 7, we have nil. At 8, we have the confirmation of the minutes. Councillors, you've had those minutes. Are there any queries or questions? If not, I'm looking for a mover and a seconder if I could. Councillor Bond, Councillor Timms. Against? All in favour? 9-0. Thank you. Announcements by myself. That's far too much for a couple of weeks. The last couple of weeks, 26th of November, Development WA, tendered by myself and the CEO regarding land supply and project delivery. Also on the 26th was the SWEC Industry Analysis Workshop, attended by myself and the CEO. 26th and 7th of November was also the Town Centre Prioritisation and Strategy Steering Group Workshop, attended by myself and the CEO. 1st December was a KDC board meeting attended by myself. 1st of December was also our local member, Davina Diana, was here, catching up regarding the town revitalisation project. The 2nd of December, the YYN group meeting with Deputy Director General of Child Protection and Family Support, Melanie Samuels, attended by myself, Councillor Bond and the CEO. I was online. Also, the WA Department of Communities Director General, attended by Deputy Shire President. I may have been there for a very brief time. And Councillor Bond regarding income management use and strategy within WA. 3rd of December, Walga State Council induction, which I missed this time but have done before. The 3rd of December, meetings in Perth with myself and the CEO and also met with our local member Davina Diana at Parliament House to keep her up to date. 4th of December, Kimberley Events Centre feasibility study. Not sure if anyone actually attended that.
We didn't,
so we can cross that one out. Yep. Thank you. 5th of December, the YYN group meeting with Stephen Dawson, Minister for Regional Development, Port Science, Innovation and Medical Research, Kimberley, and the Honourable Davina Diana. Discussion on social matters in the East Kimberley, including the proposed night space facility, attended by Councillor Bond and the CEO. And the 5th of December, again with Minister Dawson and Davina Diana, visit to the Kununurra Leisure Centre to view the construction works on the swimming pool infrastructure attended by the CEO, and just concluded on the 5th of December, Daniel Bowden, CEO of Air North, general discussion on air services from Kununurra and the Kimberley, and the service provided by Air North, attended by myself and the CEO. And that concludes the appointments for the last couple of weeks. We shall move on to item 10, matters for which the meeting may be closed. At item 16.1, we have licence for the Reserve 50120, 1 Chestnut Avenue, Kununurra, for which the meeting will be closed. At 11, deputations and presentations and submissions, we have nil. At 12, reports. At 12.1, matters arising from committees of council, we have nil. Move on to 12.2 and the office of the CEO. At page 4 of the agenda, we have item 12.2.1, standing item on outstanding actions from previous council meetings. Is there any queries or questions on that? If not, looking for a mover and a seconder, please. Thank you, Councillor Martin and Councillor Che for seconding. Against, all in favour? 9-0. At page 6, 12.2.2, the 2026 advocacy agenda. Any queries or questions? Councillor Bond and then Councillor Chafer.
Just with the Dharma advocacy, the Minister for that is the Minister for Training and Workforce Development, which is Minister Sanderson, Amber Jade Sanderson, who I met with as well.
Right. Thank you. We'll note that. Any other queries? Councillor Chafer, thank you.
Yeah, look, I just had some suggestions for some add-ins. I understand this is a live document, so I could probably do that by email, but I'm just wondering if I just mention them quickly here.
Can do. Thank you.
One was advocacy for around the foreshore for government agencies to take responsibility, control declared species on the reserves that are vested in them. The other was, and I guess getting an understanding where we're at with this, advocating for the Welcome to WA Centre. We probably need to do a little bit more work on scoping that project out first, but I just want it to go in the document so we don't lose sight of that. It's the eclipse will be coming around real soon. Sorry, yeah, I wonder what, can you understand what I'm writing? The other was with airlines, and I know there's been a bit of discussion about regulation and stuff, and I'm just wondering if we can advocate for at least some regulation around their on-time performance or some better monitoring and some more consequences for the airline that serves us, that keeps leaving us abandoned. But I can flesh that out a bit later. Income management, I'm very, very keen. I heard the Minister Saffioti on the radio on the way here actually talking about that very unfortunate stabbing outside of school in Perth, and wondering why those 6 kids weren't at school in the first place. I really think there's some urgency for us to follow the NT's lead in that, just not for kids that aren't at school, income management for their families, but also those kids that are continuing to cause us problems on the street. Advocate more pathways onto the banned drinkers register. I'd like to see family members that ultimately get an opportunity to nominate individuals before the justice system needs to get involved. And the other one that we've talked about a fair bit is having, particularly because they're very keen to close that Unit 18, I think I refer to it as, advocating for that on-country facility as an alternative to Banksia here in the East Kimberley, rather than waiting for them to trial that one in Broome, because I think everyone really knows that that's the only way forward. So I'll just, if I can get those added, and if I can add some more detail to that later, if you like, but I think they're fairly self-explanatory.
Yeah, thanks, Councillor Chafer. Yeah, I'll make a note of these, and once we get to the briefing in February, I'll bring up an amended document so councillors can vet it then.
Thanks, Councillor Chafer. So, no further. I would like a mover and a seconder, if I could, please. Councillor Chafer and Councillor Kane. Against? All in favour? 9-0. Thank you. I think a couple of those matters, I think we probably need a bit of a briefing on, just to work out a strategy. Some of those things aren't going to be very straightforward. Page 11 of the agenda at item 12.2.3 the minutes and recommendations from the Kimberley Country Zone and the Kimberley Regional Group meetings. Any queries or clarification sought? If not, looking for a mover and a seconder, please. Councillor Robinson, and a seconder, Councillor Bond. Against? All in favour? 7-9-0, sorry. Page 14, item 12.2.4 is the rather lengthy annual report for 24-25. Can I just say in opening, thank you to all those responsible for putting that rather large document together. It is quite approachable, I think, large parts of it. I think that's a credit to the officers, probably maybe in community development or corporate services. I'm not sure who put all that one together, but pass that through, please. Yep. And any queries or clarification sought on that document? If not, looking for a mover and a seconder, and I'm happy to move that one. I don't move many. And Councillor Chafer to second. Anyone against? All in favour? 9-0. Thank you. Page 18 of the agenda, item 12.2.5 is the 2026 Council and Committee meeting dates, amended meeting dates. At the risk of opening a hornet's nest, are there any?
Here's the hornet. No.
Any?
Look, I'm really keen to pursue the opportunity to move away from those standalone Wyndham meet and greets and have them combined into a Wyndham Council meeting again. No ex-councillor Gooding said that they were able to do some interim arrangement in Fitzroy for Derby at one stage. I'm really keen for us to follow that up. I think we get better attendance of councillors if we're at a council meeting rather than a standalone meet and greet, and I think the Wyndham community deserves as many of us there as they can get. And I'm not disparaging other councillors, I include myself in that as well. Very, very keen. And look, even if we did have to put 100k worth of infrastructure in there, I think it's money well spent to keep the Wyndham community engaged. We've got a fair bit going over there at this stage. So, yeah, that's the only suggestion. I'm not suggesting we change the calendar now, but I'd really like to be able to do something with that calendar this year if possible. Coming up.
Point noted.
If I may,
CEO, yep, thank you.
Councillor Chafer, about 2 weeks ago I contacted people that provide our IT services for us. They're refreshing a quote that we asked them to do for Wyndham. So I can get at least an estimate and possibly include that in the budget review when it comes up in February. So we might be able to get that still done this year.
Excellent.
Yep.
Good. Thanks,
Can I
Councillor
just
Chafer.
request as
Councillor Bond.
well, thank you, that they go in as a calendar invite, because I probably would have tried to come to the one on November 12th, but I didn't see it come in as a calendar invite. I just checked, it's not in my calendar. If it doesn't go into my calendar, I don't even know it's happening. Thank you.
That is the normal process. It's when they get amended and amended again that really gets confusing, but thank you. A mover and a seconder for that, if I could, please, Councillor Chafer. Thank you. After all that. A seconder, Councillor Gould. And And anyone against? All in favour? 9-0, thank you. At page 21 of the agenda at item 12.3, Planning and Community Development, 12.3.1 is the proposed road closure. Are there any clarifications sought on this? If not, Councillor Robinson.
We could just get a quick briefing on it. We didn't. That wasn't actually part of.
No, I
we had a
think it's
briefing.
pretty well covered in the notes from what I saw. It's really just a realignment of some boundaries that are not appropriate as they were prior to the land release. So
Right, and there's no other reason, just only that what the Department of Lands have requested.
that's my understanding
Yep.
from the reading of it. Director Allen.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a small parcel of land that they want to amalgamate into one lot to achieve this environmental buffer zone around the M2 channel, or M1 channel. M2 channel. It has no effect on the Shire. It's currently part of the road reserve, but according to the infrastructure team, it's of no significance to the Shire.
No future roads that proposed or anything like
No.
that it can affect or anything like
No.
that's not been foreclosed.
No.
Okay.
Thanks, Director Allen. Thanks, Councillor Robinson, for the question. Nothing else. I'm looking for a mover and a seconder, if I could. Councillor Robinson. Seconder, if I could. Councillor Deere. Against? All in favour? 9-0. Page 24 of the agenda. Item 12.4, Corporate Services. 12.4.1 is the monthly financial report. Any queries or clarifications sought? If not, looking for a mover and a seconder, if I could please. Councillor Robinson. Councillor Chafer. Against? All in favour? 9-0. Page 26 of the agenda at item 12.4.2 is the list of accounts paid from the municipal fund and the trust fund. Any clarifications sought?
I just want to
Councillor
follow up
Robinson.
I did send a request through to the CEO earlier today just about the payment to Broome Toyota for one vehicle. I just said it in the list, but it's been updated and it's actually two vehicles. So, yeah.
Yes, the Councillor Robinson, that has been updated and amended on the website as well. Yep.
Thank you. And nothing else? Mover and a seconder, if I could. Councillor Robinson and Councillor Gordon. And against? All in favour? 9-0. Page 28, 12.5, infrastructure. Nothing from infrastructure. We go to items at 13, motions of which previous notices have been given. I'm happy to take any queries or questions on that. It has my name on it. I think the notes in the agenda pretty much explain where we're up to. So I'm happy to move that motion. Any clarifications or queries? No.
Sorry. That's about the name change.
Item
Road.
13.1.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're leaving that to someone else to name?
We have no role in that.
We have no role. Okay, thank you.
Well, we can take it forward. I'm proposing that we start a process to investigate it,
Yep.
to take it forward, and the consultation around that, and then it will go through the appropriate channels.
Thank you.
CEO?
Yeah, so Councillor Bond, we'll conduct some community engagement on that. We'll get some suggestions for names. It will come back to council for a future decision on agreeing up a name, but the final approval goes through the geographic naming committee. So council will have an opportunity to consider names at a future date.
Thanks, CEO. I'm happy to move that. I'm just looking for a seconder if I could. Councillor Kane. Against? All in favour? 9-0. Thank you for that. To item 14, questions by members, of which due notice has been given. I have nil. I have received nil. 15, urgent business approved by myself or by decision. Not seeing anything that urgent, so nil. It's item 16. I'd like to move that we go behind closed doors at 17:23. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Chafer. Against? All in favour? 9-0. Closed doors. Right. Thank you and welcome back. Anyone? At item 16.1 was the licence for Reserve 50120, 1 Chestnut Avenue, Kununurra, which is commonly known as the Ewan Early Learning Centre. The recommendation was moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Timms, that Council approves the Chief Executive Officer 1 executing the lease at Attachment 1, conditional on the licence to operate a childcare centre at the premises issued to Ewan Early Learning Centre Incorporated being extinguished, and One Tree Community Services Incorporated being issued with a licence to operate a childcare centre at the premises. And 2, negotiating and executing a lease of the premises in favour of One Tree Community Services Incorporated on substantially the same terms as those set out in the attached lease at Attachment 2. And finally, at 3, I'm seeking ministerial approval for any negotiated lease between the Shire and One Tree Community Services Incorporated. And the vote was passed 9-0. That concludes this meeting, so I'd like to declare this meeting closed at, well, firstly, I'd just like to wish everyone that's fortunate enough to get a break a happy festive season and a bit of a break if you can get one in, and look forward to catching up with everyone in the new year. Thank you all, councillors, and declare the meeting closed at 17:50.
Thank you.
One moment.